Let's talk about student retention. To retain your students properly, you address retention when you enroll them. Now, you know that every student is going to hit the wall at some point. You know that the students you're about to sign up are going to hit the wall. Parents will hit the wall, the kids hit the wall, everybody hits the wall. So with the mindset that they're hiring you to coach them, they're hiring you, these people, to fulfill the promises you've made, to fulfill their expectations. They're hiring you not to fail, but to succeed. So you have to be armed with the language and the tools and the ideas that'll help them to succeed. You, being the teacher who's already been there, the sensei, you know what to expect. So it's just natural that you address hitting the wall before they start, because you can prepare them. You know it's coming. Be like you're at your dojo and there's a bunch of ruffians outside. Instead of sending your students out there without saying anything to them, knowing that they're all armed with baseball bats or whatever, you say, hey, go out the back. There's some guys up there we have to deal with. You know that the wall is waiting, so why not mention it? Because you can pre-frame people and get them ready, and they understand that when they hit the wall, that's when the real test happens. You sit with an adult or a parent, and you say, or a child, and you say, now, I know you're all excited, and we've got some really great goals, and you're here for all the right reasons, but I have to warn you that you're going to hit the wall at some point, sooner or later. So let me talk to you about that and coach you about what to do when you hit the wall. Because if you hit the wall and you stop training and you quit, which you're going to have that urge, everybody does, me included. Ask your parents how many times they'd like to quit being parents. It happens. What do you do? What mindset do you have? And do you recognize that, hey, this is when I'm finally being tested? Let me embrace this and work through it. Because if you don't work through it, all these promises are for naught. You're not going to get anything out of this, or very little. The way you really get the benefits of studying the martial arts in my coaching is to stick to it long enough. It's 168 hours in every week. You're only spending an hour or two or three at the most here at the dojo. So let's put everything into perspective. Now, that's the first talk. You can also have what's called a follow-up meter. And if you search follow-up meter on the 100 site, it's a speedometer. It goes from 0 to 10. It takes about a half page, and when you sit down with a new member, you say, okay, you're hiring me, and I've made some promises, and you're here for certain reasons. Now, you're going to hit the wall. It's going to happen. When you hit the wall, this follow-up meter tells me how much you're hiring me to follow up with you. If you mark 0 on this side, I won't follow up with you at all. You quit, you quit. If you mark, say, in the 5 range, I'll be very diligent about follow-up. I'll call, I'll stay on top of you, I'll really work to get you back in, I won't let you quit. If you mark anywhere from the 8 to 10 range, then 3 or 4 of the black belts and I are going to come over your house, we're going to drag your behind out of bed, and we're going to move your arms and legs for you. You will not quit. Now, based on how much you want these goals you're starting and how you'd like to use martial arts as a vehicle for transformation, mark on this where you'd like, and I'll put it in your file, and that way when you hit the wall and I'm looking for you, I can remind myself what you're paying me for, because that's what you're hiring me for right there. Then, how many times do you say repetitive things in class, like tuck your thumb and turn your hip? You've got to take every single class. And when I say you, I don't mean you, master instructor. I mean you must train the next people in command to be able to do this as well as you can. In every class, you gather everybody up at the end of the workout and you say, listen, everybody, you're going to hit the wall. Let me remind you, it's coming. And all the training, all the kicks, all the punches, all the kata, all the sparring, all of it is only for one reason. And that is to be able to overcome the obstacles that keep you from doing the things you want to do in your life, fulfilling your potential. That's all it is. So when the wall hits and you don't want to come to class and you're burned out and somebody said something that offended you, you have to go, this is my test. I'm going to get through it. That's how you become a martial artist, using martial arts to really transform yourself. That's when the lessons pay off. You do that every single class for the rest of your life. When the student hits the wall, there's no guarantee that they're going to stay. But my God, have you pre-framed them and gotten them ready? And the chance of you retaining students who have that mindset and who've been coached like that, I think, are greatly increased. Not to mention that finding out a student wants to quit after the fact is 10,000 years too late. All of your work is about going through your student body each week and looking for potential dropouts. And that's called the weekly card count. If you search the weekly card count on our site, you'll find lots of information. It's also under 110 lessons for school owners that you can use as a resource for yourself and your staff. My phone number is on the screen. If you'd like to talk about student retention and how to make a system that works within your school, that keeps you micromanaging your student body, just call me. I'll coach you right through it.